Nicki Minaj situation. It is embarrassing, is all get out. And I've got receipts to boot that shows you just how hypocritical she is, setting up on that stage at Turning Point U.S. Racist conference that just happened not too long ago. It was a white supremacist conference led by one of the white supremacists that lead in this situation. You know, J.D. Vance right here. J.D. Vance is the one that's hugged up right here with Erika Kirk. This woman, you could tell Erika Kirk loves the limelight. I mean, her husband hasn't even been buried that long, and she's up on stage getting all the attention that she wants. And what woman who loses a husband is already embracing a man like this with hands all in the back of his hair? That's the racist vice president of these United States that's a part of the Orange Man's brigade of white racist political operatives. And any of you out there that voted for this crap, shame on you. Now, they had this annual Klan rally, I guess in Arizona, and Nicki Minaj claims that she's, you know, she makes these claims that she's for all races of girls and all races of women being looking at themselves as beautiful, right? She had the nerve to set up there on that racist stage at this Turning Point convention. And she had the nerve to sit up there and talk about how black girls shouldn't punch down on white girls. Is there a Crown Act for white women? Is there a legal law that allows them to wear that they had to pass for white women so that they could be able to wear their hair however they like? Black women and black men, we can't even wear our hair the way we like. We had to have a damn law called the Crown Act to be able to get some damn respect around here. Now, Nicki Minaj's example of these, as we used to call it back in the day, not Uncle Tom, because Uncle Tom, if you do the history, was actually trying to help black people to escape from the plantation. But what she is, if you understand the minstrel history, is that it's called Sambo and Gumbo. And so Nicki Minaj is such that type of individual. She is a Sambo and Gumbo because she has spent time talking about black people like a dog. And she gets up on this stage around all these white folks at the conference, USA Racist Conference, and has a nerve to punch down on black people and black women about how black women should not, when it comes to black women's beauty and self-esteem, you shouldn't punch down on white girls. Nicki Minaj punches down on black people herself. Let me show you the receipts right here. We're getting into the damn program. Let me move this back.
Issue with the heat.
Black girl tragic. And it's black bitches that do it the most. And I don't give a fuck if y'all mad at me using that fucking hashtag.
That's offensive. The hashtag.
Excuse me?
Did you hear that? She had a hashtag where she was talking about black women are, let's play it again, because when I tried to hit that, it kind of slid up a little bit, but let me give it to you one more time.
Issue with the heat.
Black girl tragic. And it's black bitches that do it the most. And I don't give a fuck if y'all mad at me using that.
So she used a hashtag called Black Girl Tragic, punching down on black people, black women. And she gets up on that stage at the USA Racist Conference, Turning Racist Conference, a conference where you got the vice president talking about we don't have to be ashamed to be white. When the hell have black people have white? Let me correct what I'm saying. When in the effing have white people had to be shamed about themselves? They control everything in the world. Like Neely Fuller Jr. said, they control these areas of activity: war, economics, education, military. When do they? Check this out. This is what you have in the White House, and she gets up on that stage and does all that butt kissing, while at the same time talking about how black girls need to not punch down on white girls, but then she's punching down on black girls. Listen to this, your racist vice president in the White House.
In the United States of America, you don't have to apologize for being white anymore. In the United States of America, you don't have to apologize for being white anymore. In the United States of
actually
America,
evicted from the house because there are people who are going to pay more for rent. And then what happens is 20 people move into a 3-bedroom house.
So let me stop it right there. This is what JD Racist Vance is saying here. And this is a man who said that Donald Trump was an evil individual at one point in time. But this is what the racist JD Vance is saying here. He's talking about how he doesn't like people of a different culture or maybe even a different religion, that if they move next to you, that he said, hey, I'm going to feel a little bit uncomfortable. This is xenophobia, y'all. This is racism. I'm going to feel a little bit uncomfortable with these individuals because they're living next to me. They got different music. They got different religion. This is what JD Vance is basically saying here. And she brought her butt up there, Nicki Minaj, who, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, we're finding out she gets up there in a conference at Turning Point USA where she comes find out she's not even a citizen of the United States. Nicki Minaj. Oh, I'm going to get back. I'm going to get to that in just a moment, but let's hear the rest of this racist vice president.
20 people from a totally different culture, totally different ways of interacting. Again, we can respect their dignity while also being angry at the Biden administration for letting that situation happen and recognizing that their next door neighbors are going to say, well, wait a second. What is going on here? I don't know these people. They don't speak the same language that I do. And because there are 20 in the house.
Do you hear what he's saying? He's more dangerous, and they're already pushing him to be president because they know that Donald Trump is going to wither away eventually. But you see how dangerous what he's saying? Right? So if people come over here legally, they get citizenship. Or let's say you got people that's been living here, they've been citizens because they are a different culture. This is the same thing they did to black folks. Remember when black people were segregated and we began to be able to move into different areas of the country, white people would be looking out their windows and saying, we got a black family that moved in over there. And they would do everything they could to get us out of the neighborhood. It's called redlining. That's what the movie A Raisin in the Sun was all about. White people have had a history of not feeling comfortable with us living anywhere near them. But yet they want to be up in all of our business. This is what JD Vance is talking here. This is what you got in the White House. Neely Fuller Jr. talked about that if you don't understand what white supremacy is, and how it works and operates, everything you think you know about racism will only confuse you if you don't understand how it operates. Continue.
Next door, it's a little bit rowdier than it was when there was just a family of 4, a family of 5. It is totally reasonable and acceptable for American citizens to look at their next door neighbors and say, I want to live next to people who I have something in common with. I don't want to live next to 4 families of strangers.
So you have 4 families. Everybody, this is the same thing they did to black people when black people moved into neighborhoods. White people said, I don't want to live near a family of black people. They would go crazy. And eventually, when black people moved into these kind of communities, you had a white exodus where white people moved out. Case in point. Let me give y'all a case in point. Let me put myself back up on the screen here. Take South Central LA. How many of you in this chat room listening to this video right now realize that South Central LA, Watts, all these areas in LA that you hear about on the news, if you're not from here, these were not black neighborhoods before, when black people migrated from the South in the great exodus from the South, the great migration. Most of the people that lived in those neighborhoods in the LA area, in many neighborhoods around this country, were white people. And the first gangs in LA were white gangs, which is how you got the black gangs being created in the first place. So when black people begin to move in, white folks didn't like it. If they couldn't get rid of us, they got the hell out. They left the community. And then you've got a community in LA called Baldwin Heights or whatever. It's a rich area it's a black Beverly Hills. Originally, that's the only place that black people could move to. So what JD Vance is talking about in the 21st century, 2025, is akin and a throwback to the past. What's going on, Black Anonymous saying Merry Christmas, information man. I don't really follow Nicki Minaj, so I don't know this for sure, but isn't her husband a convicted PDF? Yes, he is. And I'm going to show you I'm going to break that down today. Yes, he is. And I got the articles on that. Black Anonymous. I'm already ahead of the game. All right, let's get back to some more JD. I'm just laying out. This is where Nicki Minaj planted herself. This is where she wanted to plant her flag. Okay. This is who she wanted to associate herself with. Okay. She wanted to get cozy with Charlie Kirk's widow, Erika Kirk. Charlie Kirk, who you know, talked about black people like a dog. He was a racist. I don't care what nobody has to say. He was a racist, just as racist as that symbol that you see on this picture where you've got that lightning vote. And I told y'all once upon a time that the lightning vote is a racist imagery that the white supremacists have come up with. You see that lightning vote? That lightning vote is associated with the Nazism. Here's another tattoo, the Brotherhood Forever. These are white nationalist, white supremacist gangs, right? They are white supremacist hate group. They're hate groups that hate on us. And they use the lightning bolt symbol, the same symbol that Charlie Kirk has right here, right now. Right here and right now. I'm going to put this back up here like so. Look at this picture. You'll see that lightning bolt with the American flag logo in it. These are white supremacist symbols. Everybody in the chat room, thank you for being here. I appreciate you. The Ukrainians use that symbol too because you had Nazis in the Ukraine as well. You're going to learn something today.
Information is power.
Let's get back to this right here. So basically, I'm gonna say this again. Let me play this part again. You have a vice president who's speaking in a xenophobic and racist way. Again,
we can respect their dignity while also being angry at the Biden administration for letting that situation happen and recognizing that their next door neighbors are going to say, well, wait a second. What is going on here? I don't know these people. They don't speak the same language that I do. And because there are 20 in the
blaming it on the Biden administration. Biden ain't even in office. Biden ain't even probably able to put two words together right now. Now, this is the kind of people that they had at this turning point. Another person who was invited to this turning point where she was at was the racist Nick Fuentes. How many of you in the chat room are familiar with the Crescent Papers? Dr. Welsing, she talked about white people being concerned about their genetic survival, being able to reproduce themselves because their birth rates are very low, which is one of the reasons why they bang on the pavement about abortions. They're not concerned about whether black women abort their kids or any other race or group. They're more concerned about keeping white women from not aborting their kids. This is who Nicki Minaj is connecting herself to, which is why, again, we can't trust these entertainers. These entertainers don't speak for us. They're not a part of our families. They're not a part of our communities. They've lost their way. Nicki Minaj has a criminal background. I'm going to show you some of that. She has a husband and a brother, not only a husband, Black Anonymous, but a brother who she was sticking by tooth and thin. I get it. That's her brother. And these individuals are sex offenders and her husband got in trouble because he was refusing to register. Allegedly, I'm going to bring those articles up. So she's aligning herself with people of this ilk and then setting up here talking about black women like a dog, and then got the nerve to sit up here and say when she's on that stage that being on that stage is better than all the black folks who pay money to go to her concerts, who have paid money to put her on. And she's had a nerve to talk about black women need to be, black girls need to be more humble towards white girls and not hate on them as much as black folks have been hate on. When she can set up here, let me play this one more time for people coming in a little bit late. When she can set up here on the Joe Budden podcast and say this kind of nonsense again.
Issue with the heat.
Black girl tragic. And it's black bitches that do it the most. And I don't give a fuck if y'all mad at me using that fucking hashtag.
Boom. And then Nicki Minaj sets up on that stage and talks about how being on their stage at Turning Point was more important. It was a better moment than the black people and the people, even in the gay community and the trans community. They support her heavily. In the black community as well. And she sets up here on this racist stage that night and says these things repeatedly.
I've performed for huge crowds all around the world. And no matter how many songs I do on that stage, it didn't mean as much as this.
Listen again.
Because this is a direct link for younger people. This is a direct link between young people and God. I've performed for huge crowds all around.
So she's telling you that her affiliation with them is about God. If they are so Christian, then how can you have someone Christian like J.D. Vance or any of these Christians who espouse out racism? Charlie Kirk was the leader of this Turning Point. Now his wife is getting all the shine. And even Charlie Kirk was as racist to say that he didn't believe in the Dr. King holiday. Now, let me show you some of this. This is what she is standing on.
We note in our piece that Kirk describes King as, quote, a bad guy. It's true. And Kirk's self-described very, very radical view that the country made a mistake when it passed the Civil Rights Act. Also true.
See?
As we note in the piece, Kirk has previously described Kirk as a hero and a civil rights icon. It's true. I used to be wrong. What inspired Kirk to shift his view on MLK? Why does Kirk think that MLK is a bad guy? When Kirk says that MLK says, quote, one good thing he didn't believe, what does he mean by that? Why does Kirk believe passing the Civil Rights Act was a mistake? Now, again, apparently they don't listen to the show because we do that. Well, at least.
Don't listen. This is the rhetoric. He doesn't believe that the civil rights should have been passed. He believes that Dr. King was a bad person. Yet, when this man was taken out of here, all of his sycophants, all of these white supremacists in the MAGA movement kept trying to compare him to Dr. King. You see the hypocrisy of it all? Listen to this right here. This is what she was being on that stage. She's agreeing with this, as far as I'm concerned, Nicki Minaj. And all the people in that audience it was lily white. If you saw any black people in that audience, they would be like raisins in a bowl of Raisin Bran when you're at the bottom of it with milk. Listen.
See a black pilot, you wonder, you say, I hope they are qualified. If I see a black pilot, I'm going to be like, boy, I hope he's qualified. I'm dealing with somebody in customer service who's a moronic black woman. I wonder, is she there because of her excellence, or is she there because of affirmative action? Thomas Sowell and Justice Clarence Thomas are far better black role models to celebrate than Martin Luther King, period. End of story. This guy is not worthy of a national holiday. He is not worthy of godlike status. In fact, I think it's really hard.
You see? You see what he did? You see how he tried to marginalize Dr. King? Talk down about Dr. King? Pure racism. So Nicki Minaj wants to cloak herself around these kind of people while talking smack about black women. Make this stuff make sense, y'all. It don't make no sense. It's an ear scratcher. Let me come back over here because I want to show you some more stuff here. Okay. Now, it gets crazier. Let's play the first video. I played that other video where she was praising about it was better to be there than performing on stage to black people who have paid good money to see her. But it was better to be on a racist stage. Look at how she praises people like Donald racist Trump and JD sick Vance right here. Here we go.
He's been through every single thing a person could be through publicly. Having to constantly be lied on. It's not really that funny until you are in that person's shoes that's being lied on. You'll never understand what it feels like. That person is a human being. They have a family who has to read those lies. And
okay. Donald Trump and his administration lie every day. Donald Trump said, I don't care what I know people are caught up into this whole divide between black Americans and black people that live in the Caribbean or Africa. Squash all that bullshit. The bottom line is this man lied and said that Haitians were eating dogs and cats. That's basically that's racism towards black people, no matter where they come in the damn world. This is a man who just lied. This is a man who just demonized Somalians in Minnesota, as if all Somalian people are doing criminal activity when we know white folks do criminal activity. Matter of fact, white society engages in criminal activity at 69.4%. That's in the damn FBI criminal stats. That's overall crime. They lead in overall crime out of everybody in this country. He has said racist things about black folks, stereotypical things about black folks. And she's sitting up here talking about that Donald Trump, JD Vance, they're being lied on every day. They lie every day. JD Vance and Donald Trump lying to you about the price of groceries, lying to you about the economy is doing well. No, it's not. We're in a lot of trouble out here. The economy is doing well for rich people. It's not doing well for the poor. His tariffs are hurting. His policies, while Donald Trump is worried about building a ballroom, people don't even know whether people are waiting to see if their medical premiums are going to go up. While this man is talking about ballrooms, while he destroying the White House, which black people, our ancestors that were enslaved, built that damn place. Now, my man Yalpo gave me a super chat. I appreciate it. 5,000 CRCs. If he sees a black pilot I feel safe because I know our people have to be 3 times more qualified. That's right. But Charlie Kirk said that if a black man is flying a plane, he would feel uncomfortable. And the word DEI is just a new word for it's just a new word for the N word. You best to believe that. Now let's continue the nonsense here.
That's not, and it's just not fair. But this administration is full of
what?
People
Lies.
with heart and soul.
She's selling out, y'all. This administration is the lionest administration you ever want to see. They got racist individuals throughout their administration. He don't care about people. They don't care about people. They care about a white society. I told y'all this a long time ago in other videos that and all the black folks that voted for this shit, you was voting for white supremacy. They don't care about you. They care about this right here.
You don't have to apologize for being white anymore. In the United States of America, you don't have to apologize for being white anymore.
And they make me proud of them. Our vice president, he makes me, well, I love both of them, but they're both.
In the United States of America, you don't have to apologize for being white anymore.
Powerful men, smart, strong, all of that, but both of them have a very uncanny ability to be someone that
you see what's going on here, y'all?
Relate to. I can relate to them. When I hear them speak, I know that they're one of us. Like, I know that they're...
In the United States of America, you don't have to apologize for being white anymore.
Don't you guys agree? They haven't lost touch of the world. You know, they're still connected to the world and what's happening in the world with the younger.
Bullshit. How much did they pay you, Nicki? How much did you get paid to sit up there and buck dance and put on that bullshit show? What do y'all think? Y'all agree with me? What's going on? Thank you, Miss Independent. Yes, she says $4.99 super chat. I appreciate that super chat. Thank you.
Thank you for the super chat.
What is going on here? Let me also show you something else. What did I say in the beginning of this premise? That white people for a very long time have been concerned about their genetic survival. Dr. Crescent Welsing, she said this many years ago in her ISIS papers. Make sure you get that book because in that book, she breaks it down. Yalpo, thank you again for another super chat. Yalpo says, how the hell can you one heart beat from being most powerful leader on the planet and still play victim? Exactly. Thank you.
Tell the truth.
Tell the truth. But let me play something else. Remember I said that they actually invited Nick Fuentes, who is a racist himself, who actually had dinner one time at Mar-a-Lago with the president, Trump, right? He did not go, but this is what he had to say in terms of what? This is really what this mega movement is about, and this is what they're really concerned about. They're concerned about the planet becoming darker and more black and brown. Didn't Public Enemy tell us in a song years ago, and y'all didn't pay attention, the fear of a black planet? This is what it's really all about. And Nicki Minaj, a sellout celebrity, sits up there, talks about how these are great men. And this is the man that was supposed to be on that stage who is a white supremacist. And remember when he was on the Fresh and Fit podcast, and you had black women hugging up with him? What in the hell? Well, look, this is what he says here. I want you to listen to what he says here, because this is really what they're trying to get back to. Check it out, y'all.
Country that our parents were born in was 90% European and Christian. That's what the country was.
See?
It was Christian. It had one religion, and there was There were different denominations, but it had the same God.
Mm.
The people mostly came from the same place. And we had a decent, godly, family society. It was coherent.
Mm.
It had a largely homogeneous culture.
White culture.
We had a civilization.
Mm-hmm.
We had a distinct and identifiable and a good and prosperous civilization.
Mm.
And then we undertook a policy where we began to import tens of millions of foreigners in a very short amount of time, such that they outnumbered the natives.
He's saying the same thing that J.D. Vance said right
Next
here.
door, it's a little bit rowdier than it was when there was just a family of 4, a family of 5. It is totally reasonable and acceptable for American citizens to look at their next door neighbors and say, I want to live next to people who I have something in common with. I don't want to live.
People that have nothing in common with
Woo!
us.
I hit it.
They don't share the same language, the same religion, the same alphabet. Forget about the same culture, holidays, heroes, history, ancestry, and yes, race. We did it to ourselves. We brought all these people in, and now the country is unrecognizable. We have made ourselves a minority in our own country. And who the fuck wants to be a minority? Why did the Jews create Israel? Because they don't want to be a minority.
Is everybody hearing what this Nick Garbage Fuentes is saying? He's on Rumble. Rumble is a platform where all the degenerates go because when they get kicked off of YouTube and legitimate platforms, they run to Rumble. Rumble is littered with these weirdos, just like Nick Fuentes. If you're hearing what he's saying, you see that I played. I got excited because I hit it right on the dime. As soon as J.D. Vance, the vice president, said what he said, and then I jumped it right back into Fuentes. Fuentes picked up where he left off. Hit the 7s if you're on this page with me. What's going on, East B 103? Everybody in the chat room, Prince, everybody that's here, thank you for being here. Let's continue to play a little bit more of this, and we're going to get back to Nicki Minaj in just a moment.
Why do black people get together? Why do they have a community? Because they don't want to be the minority. They want to go someplace where there are people that are like them. They want to go someplace where they are in the majority.
Okay, so you're telling me that white people don't have a place of their own? Most of the people, like black people, the reason why black people have to have a place of our own because we weren't accepted. We weren't accepted in your community. We're not accepted in your world. And you also made sure you segregated us. That's why, because we are not accepted in your world, because you guys are in control of much of the resources in this country. How can any white person say they don't have no space of their own when the government is run majority by white people? The presidents of the United States have always been white. You've only had one person that looked like me, and that's Barack Obama in the White House, and God knows how many years. Ever. White people control Wall Street. You control the military. You control all forms of government, all forms of institutions. You control most of the educational institutions in this country. You control the financial purse strings of the country. And you currently are in charge of the government littered with all your white supremacist groups. And remember, it was this administration that caused over 3,000 black women to lose federal jobs. They're in control. What is he talking about?
It is not desirable to be a minority, especially in a democracy.
You better get over it, Nick Fuentes, your little racist self, because white people have been a minority in the world. The world is made up of people who are melanated, not pelanated like you. So while you're crying about America becoming too brown and black, you're a global minority any damn way. Where you been on that?
Because in a democracy, the majority rules.
Yeah, so
we have put
and guess what? And guess what, you dummy? You already are ruling. Even if you are a minority or you think you're becoming a minority in America, you guys still control the government.
In the minority, which is not a desirable position culturally and socially. But in a democracy, we have put ourselves in the back seat of our own car. We are no longer
Right. And I want you to stay in the damn back seat because black people, we've been riding in the back of the bus for many years. So now you're going to find out what it's like to be in the back of the bus. Now, this is who Nicki Minaj was surrounding herself with because he was supposed to be at that Turning Point conference. Now, while she's sitting up here, and thank you again for the super chat, we keep trying, but every time we do it, they do it like they did the Black Wall Street. They destroy it. Exactly. Leave us alone. Every time black people build something, you're absolutely right, Yalpo. Every time black people build something, white people come to us. Perfect example, the movie Sinners. Black people were in there having a good time, minding their own business, and then them white vampires showed up, and they were knocking at the door to get in there. That's the same thing that white people do to black people in this country. When we're minding our own business, got our own thing going on, then you guys have to come around and muck everything up. That movie is a perfect metaphor for what's been going on historically. Tell me I'm lying. Tell me. I dare anybody. Now, let me play this video now that got everybody going the way she was talking about black girls. Don't hate on the white girls. And black women have been hated on for decades from the way black women look, the full lips, the nose, the features, the hair. When black women would wear braids, black women were told to conform to pressing their hair because we could not wear our hair in a cultural manner. And it took the Crown Act that was passed in California. They got a Crown Act in New York. And she's sitting up here talking about how black women need to be not punched down on white. White girls have never had their beauty, their looks, their self-esteem put in question. But check this out. This is what you get with these sick entertainers, these dumb entertainers like Nicki Minaj.
You're an amazing mother. What have you seen that has been a struggle for young women today? And then also, since both of us have little boys, I would love for you to also talk about the male side of that question as well.
Okay, well, something that I've noticed recently is that
here we go.
For little girls, I think that no matter how you look, we should be trying to instill into them to be proud of how they look. Recently, in the media, it's almost been like a push to, it's not just making young black children feel proud of themselves, but it's almost like doing that and at the same time telling other children not to be proud of themselves.
Ladies and gentlemen, I need everybody, all ears on deck. Nicki Minaj is saying that there's been a push to help the self-esteem and push how black girls or black kids see themselves. They have stereotyped. Tell me, put those sevens in the chat room if you're with me here. For decades and years, black children have been demonized for the way they look. You have had black children that would rather pick, remember the doll test? You would have black children that would rather touch a black doll, pick up a white doll versus a black doll. They did this, I think, they did this test. And most black children would pick the white doll over the black doll. And they did that because there was a self-esteem issue about how black children felt about themselves. That's what black kids have gone through. White children and white girls and white kids don't go through those issues. We live in a world where white beauty, European, Eurocentric looks have been put on a pedestal, while anything other than that is seen as a negative. black people had to live through a time where they had caricatures with buggy eyes and buggy lips and everything was disjointed. Remember the caricatures? How they had us looking? Nicki Minaj doesn't know history. Whatever school she went to, they should be sued because they failed her in her education.
And I
and
don't
history.
want any child feeling that way. If as black women, we felt that we were not being represented and not being admired for our beauty. If we felt like
Shut
that as
up.
black
You
women,
just said this.
why would we want to do that?
Shut up.
Offensive. The hashtag.
Excuse me? You
Listen, I want y'all to hear this again. She's a hypocrite. Listen to how she's talking about black women right here.
Issue with the heat.
black girl tragic. And it's black bitches that do it the most. And I don't give a fuck if y'all mad at me using that fucking
That's
hashtag.
offensive. The hashtag.
Excuse me? You
Other women. Why would we now need to make other people downplay their beauty?
You see, she came out with a hashtag called Black Girl Tragic. Then she gets up on the stage with a whole audience of white folks and a racist platform that they put up there and talks all about how black girls, black women or black girls have to not put down other girls like white girls and sits up there and says like, well, it looks like while they're propping up black kids to feel good about themselves, they're doing it at the expense of the other kids like white kids. That's some bull, you know what? My man Prince gave me a super chat. He says, I gotta love how colonizers will go against everything that therefore in order to maintain the status quo. You're absolutely right, and thank you for that super chat, brother.
Thank you for the super chat.
Thank you. Y'all get where I'm going with my premise. I'm putting clips up. I'm giving you a breakdown. I don't think anybody's giving you a breakdown quite like this. Let's continue. I'm giving you comparison and contrast. She's a hypocrite. She was on Joe Budden podcast talking about black women were tragic. She was putting out hashtags. She's always getting into beef with other females in the industry like her. And then she gets up here with white folks at one of their racist conferences and tells black people how we shouldn't punch down on other people such as white people and how they look. When all our lives and all black people's existence in this country, we've had to fight and battle over how we look, how we wear our hair, how we were born, our skin tone, and the stereotypes that were created over the years. See, Cardi B don't understand the history, and I hate to go here like this because Cardi B ain't really black American and she ain't really a citizen. I didn't make that up. She said it out of her own mouth, and I got the receipts on that too. Let's go.
So that we can feel, no, that's not how it works. I don't need someone with blonde hair and blue eyes to downplay their beauty because I know my beauty.
Who said that black women that's in the chat room here, put them sevens up. If you're with me, if you agree with my premise here, if you are against this woman, who said that black women are putting white down to prop their beauty up when society has put black beauty down to prop up Eurocentric white beauty? And that's been a historical fact. And we even got Negroes on social media that will even talk negative about their own women. And you don't see the other men of other races talking about their women like that on social media. But you have our big head asses doing it.
Do you understand? It doesn't bother me that a woman feels and says that she's beautiful.
All right. I think all women feel beauty inside and outside. When have black women been on a campaign to downsize the other beauty of other women? This is the most ridiculous sellout, bug dancing, these celebrities will sell out because you figure Donald Trump's in office for 4 years if he don't croak yet, because he's not in good health, y'all. And so she's trying to get in where she fit in, I guess. I don't know. But this is not who we should be following and supporting. It was Black Americans that put money in her behind, gave her the money to go out there, that fake behind that she got. Where you think you got that money from? None of these people in this audience are responsible for Nicki Minaj being where she is financially. Black people put your butt on when you was nappy-headed. Oh, I shouldn't go there like that. When you was looking raggedy on your police report right here, damn it.
Tell the truth.
Nicki Minaj, mugshot, New York City Department, right? Nicki Minaj, she was in possession of a weapon with the intent to use, I believe. Physical description, Black female, 5'3", 110 pounds, long, black, straight, clear, brown. She ain't looking so glamorous on this picture. Happy to be nappy.
Shouldn't she feel that? Why have we gotten to a point where certain colors or certain kinds of people have to be afraid of loving themselves and loving the way they look?
Now,
like, isn't that wild?
Now let me say this. I agree. Everybody, check this out. Don't get me wrong, everybody. Everybody should love the way they look. Now, she's right on that point. We all should love ourselves. But what I didn't like about this, and I'm sure the ladies in the chat room, you guys picked up on it, she was using Black women. Why did you bring Black people into this? You had a damn white supremacist conference for Turning Point USA. The shit, the stuff that Charlie Kirk was running. Now his wife is in charge of it. You putting us in this. Why is it that, how did Black people get into this? Even when Charlie Kirk got his life taken away, for some reason or another, Black people, we got put into it. Why did we get put into it? Why did our names get put up? Why did historical Black colleges get threatened and have to shut down because of this? Why did you have to put us in it? Nicki, what we got to do with that up there on that stage? That's what I'm saying. What do we got to do with it? Do y'all get what I'm saying, everybody in the chat room? Why put our names in it? Because you want to buck dance.
And so for little girls, I don't want what
keep us out of it.
Done to little Black girls, done to little white girls. I don't want it done to any
Oh
girls.
my God.
I want all the little girls in the world.
All little girls in the world, yes, should have self-esteem, should be supported. But Black women and Black people ain't got nothing to do with everybody's self-esteem. We've had our self-esteem attacked for decades in this country.
Girl, to know that you are unique, you are beautiful, you are you.
Right. Everybody should look at themselves as unique and beautiful. I agree with that. But Nicki, you used Black women, you threw Black women under the bus as if Black women been hating on white women. Give me a break. That right there is her criminal background and mugshot. We shouldn't be listening to her. This woman already told you how she saw Black women when she was on the button. Let me slow down, y'all, because I'm so excited here to get this information out to y'all. This woman told you how she felt about Black women right here. I'm going to play it again.
The issue with the heat.
Black girl tragic. And it's Black bitches that do it the most. And I don't give a fuck if you...
Thank you for the super chat. Big Black Bull gave me $100. Oh! Woo! Woo! Thank you.
Thank you for the super chat.
Time to run it off. I wake up. Yeah. I wake up. Flex. Thumb down now. Check. No drip. This. Wet. Tell 'em run it off. No sleep. No rest. Might crash. Might wreck. But first die, tell them run it up. I wake up, flex, thumb down now, check. No drip this, tell them run it up. No sleep, no rest, might crash, might wreck. But first die, tell them run it up. 9 out of 10, roll through my hands, I'm by my lonely. Turn to a savage, now my baby wants to
Thank
hold
you
me.
for the super chat.
I love my fans, don't need no friends, I got my homies. Thought I could trust you, I find out you tried to zone me. I'm number one up on that court, I'm Nick McGrady. The first one in, the last one out, can't call me lazy.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate the $100, and I appreciate everybody. That super chat was for everybody, includes everybody, and Big Bad Bull. Thank you, Big Bad Bull. I appreciate that. Appreciate everyone that super chat, but I also most of all appreciate everybody that's in the chat room in general supporting the program today. Let's get back at it because I don't want to make this. I know it's holiday season for people. I don't want to make this a super long video, so I'll need to get forward through the rest of the stuff that I have prepared for you all today. But we're going to get through it. We're not going to make it a super long. So let me move forward. Thank you again for that. Y'all get where I'm coming from. And this is why what I'm about to play for you, you're going to recognize it and you're going to appreciate it very much so. Here comes Malcolm X telling it like it is.
I just told you a little while ago, these leaders that they call leaders, this included Lena Horne, this included Dick Gregory, and this included comedians, comics, trumpet players, baseball players. Show me in the white community where a comedian is a white leader. Show me in the white community where a singer is a white leader, or a dancer or a trumpet player is a white leader. These aren't leaders. These are puppets and clowns that have been set up over the white community and over the black community by the white community and have been made celebrities and usually say exactly what they know that the white man wants to hear.
Facts. Let me let you hear a young lady from, I think from TikTok. I think she's TikTok or something like that, or Twitter. Check her out. She made some good points here. Let's hear it again.
Coon rappers are one of the reasons why a lot of black folks don't trust these rich black celebrities. Because they'll do anything to get in with these
Tell the truth.
rich, wealthy, white crowds. Like Nicki Minaj, 50 Cent. It's over. Sellout coon rappers are one of
and another one.
Why a lot of
Nicki Minaj for a minute, y'all. She didn't just switch sides. She switched values. She switched loyalties. She switched on the very people who built her into a global icon. Because let's be crystal clear. Her fame was not born in MAGA rooms. It wasn't built on Turning Point USA stages. It did not come from Trump's America. Her empire was built in black spaces, in queer spaces, in communities that embraced her when mainstream America called her crude, classless.
Now, I want to preference this because she makes preference to queer spaces. That's a fact. She has the people that follow her that call themselves the Barbs. A lot of her supporters of her music is the black community and those in the gay community. So she's set up on a stage that basically doesn't respect us, and also a stage that doesn't respect the people in the gay community that support her music. So you would think that she would have some sort of loyalty to the people that support her music in the gay community that the Turning Point USA talks a lot of stuff about, right? Now, we all have our right to our beliefs, right? I believe a man should be with woman and woman should be with man. That's my personal belief. But the fact of the matter is, her supporters of her music are the gay community and as well as the black community. You see, this is where this woman is going here. I just want to preface that because we have to understand that that's a fact, no matter how you feel about these things.
Trashy, raunchy, and ghetto. And now she's tap dancing for the exact people who once despised her. Not because she grew, not because she thinks for herself, but because she saw a new lane to explore. This is about aligning with a political machine she thinks will shield her from...
Right, shield her, exactly. My man, Just Bobby Bowman, what's going on? My brother gave me a $5 super chat, which I really appreciate. Thank you again.
Thank you for the super chat.
Let me see. He says, I get what your point of view is. Historically, black women looks have been criticized. However, black women have been speaking. Let me see. Black women have been speaking. Right. There are black women, my brother, that do talk bad about other black women. Just like you got black men who talk bad about black men. We see, look, it's been going on all over a black YouTube. We got black men on black YouTube that spend all their time talking about black women like a dog all day. You've had black women who had channels on black YouTube that was talking about us like a dog. It goes both ways, but this is the point. We got to stop it. And it doesn't excuse Nicki Minaj coming out on this white racist platform, the Turning Point USA, who got their butts kicked off of black historical colleges that wasn't playing that. It's the fact that she brings this to that stage and now tries to say that black women are spending their time downplaying the beauty of white women while propping themselves up when black women have never been put on a pedestal in this country. And that's a historic fact. Never, as far as their beauty. Look at what happened to Michelle Obama. Michelle Obama, when she wore those shorts, and you know, black women are thick and curvy-ish and curvy. America went crazy. Oh, she's wearing shorts, the first lady. Yet we got a first lady in the White House who's a whore. Donald Trump had sex with her, messing around with Jeffrey Epstein. He was Jeffrey Epstein's side piece. And Jeffrey Epstein passed Melania on to Trump. He was part of, he was one of the women that Epstein was messing around with. Not to mention, they got receipts on her in Russia. Over there in the Eastern European area. She was she was nothing but, should I say it? Should I spill the beans here? Melania Trump was a high-priced whore when Donald Trump met her before he married her up. Matter of fact, I think she did some nudie pictures in Hustler magazine. She's probably the first lady that you can actually find her spreading it wide and busting it wide open. Now let's get back to this, shall we? Thank you, brother, for the super chat.
Criticism and consequence. She wants the illusion of power more than the reality of accountability.
Woo!
This is the celebrity tradition of using black culture to rise, using queer culture to shine, then abandoning both when white conservative approval becomes more profitable.
Woo!
Nicki knows exactly who made her a superstar. Black girls who saw themselves in her hustle. Queer fans who built entire aesthetics around her music and persona. Communities who fought for her when mainstream America wanted absolutely nothing to do with her. And she repaid that loyalty by sitting beside people who legislate queer lives away, mock black struggle, and cheer policies built on exclusion and cruelty. That is not confusion. That is cynical opportunism. Nicki Minaj wants the benefits of blackness while cozying up to a movement built squarely on anti-blackness. She wants the money and brilliance of queer fans while performing for people who demonize those same fans as immoral. She wants to be queen of the barbs while dancing in rooms full of people who believe her fan base is everything wrong with America. Nicki Minaj didn't just switch sides, she switched currencies. And the currency she gave up was us, black people, queer people, the communities that carried her, crowned her, and kept her relevant long after the industry moved on. You cannot build your throne on blackness and queerness, then run to MAGA and expect the kingdom to follow. Nicki Minaj now stands as a cautionary tale. What happens when an artist sells out her people for applause from the very crowd that once booed her? The same crowd that called her ghetto, called her too sexual, called her a bad influence, called her fans degenerates, called her entire aesthetic a threat to American values. And now suddenly she's MAGA's cultural.
Let me show y'all something right here. The sister is right. And the reason why I'm going to say again, why she keeps talking about the queer community, because they are one of her biggest followers of her music and supporters. But let me show you what she said. She said that people had her back when this same mega movement called her out. It's amazing to me that she was on stage with Charlie Kirk's widower, Erika Kirk, when this is Turning Point, which was created by her husband, Charlie Kirk. And Charlie Kirk was a racist. By all means, he was a racist. But let you see what Charlie Kirk and how he really felt about Nicki Minaj. How did he really see her? This is why it was dumb of her to get on that stage, everybody, and do what she did and say what she said about black people, when this man had no respect for her. And he was the man that ran Turning Point in the first place. I want y'all to check this out. Here we go.
Songs
Which
and role models.
influences?
I mean, Nicki Minaj, Cardi B.
Okay, Nicki Minaj is causing dads to leave the home.
Hold on a second. I don't think that's a good role model for 18-year-old black girls. I don't think that songs that are talking about like glorifying wet female genitalia is exactly, I don't know which one wrote that song. Which one was it?
I think it was Ben Shapiro.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. But by the way, the role models of the 1940s and 50s for black America were completely different.
So it is a representation issue.
Hold on a second. No, not representation. It's who do you get your art from? It's what values are they putting forward? It's the question of every day.
So you see right there, Charlie Kirk never liked Nicki Minaj. He didn't like her. He said that she was a bad role model. He even had the nerve to say she's a bad role model for black people. Now, I'll be honest. I hate to have to agree with this racist, but I don't think Nicki Minaj has been a good role model for black people either. But I'm playing this to simply show you that she put her butt on that stage around them racist people. And this man, who they've been celebrating since he's been taken out of here, didn't even like her.
For example, more times than not, black politicians will lament the condition of America.
See, there we go. He's getting into his, he'll get into, this is his rhetoric where he's saying that because black people speak out about the things that's happening in America, he don't like it. But check this out. Let's play.
Systemically racist. It's terrible. What does that do to a 14-year-old black kid if you just find that you hear that everything is rigged against you? Instead, they should be saying, hey, there might be some barriers, but if you believe in yourself enough, you can achieve in this country.
Okay, let me also show you his hypocrisy. Don't go nowhere because I got video of Umar Johnson running his mouth too. But this is, he's a hypocrite. Charlie Kirk is telling you and me that we shouldn't talk about how America is racist and how it has a system that can impact us, right? He's saying, no. Don't tell black young men about the racism of America because you'll be judged on your merit. And this is the same man that said that he's concerned if a black man is a pilot of a plane. Should I play that again? Is this the video right here? Is this the video right here?
Juneteenth.
Oh, this is Juneteenth. He don't like Juneteenth, y'all.
Well, very few people are willing to actually call this out. From the first time that this was floated as a federal holiday, I am thankful and proud to say on this program, we opposed it. This is not about out of many one. No, it's about a certain skin color now gets their own summertime celebration. The exact same thing that happens before NFL games where they play the black national anthem.
Let me stop it right there. Black people never asked for Juneteenth to be a federal holiday. We were celebrating it regardless anyway, whether it was federal, state, or otherwise. But let me play this part again where he says he's concerned about a black pilot, right? This is his hypocrisy right here.
See a black pilot, you wonder, you say, I hope they are qualified. If I see a black pilot, I'm going to be like, boy, I hope he's qualified. I'm dealing with somebody in customer service who's a moronic black woman. I wonder, is she there because of her excellence, or is she there because of affirmative action? Thomas Sowell.
He's saying all the racist stuff while at the same time telling black people we shouldn't speak out about racism in America because we're going to get a fair shot. He says this, and at the same time, he's saying that. And then so then you wonder why black people are talking about racism, because individuals like this was a big fat hypocrite, you see.
Hold on a second. No, not representation. It's who do you get your art from? It's what values are they putting forward? It's
Let me pause there and move it to about right here. Let's go.
For example, more times than not, black politicians will lament the condition of America. It's systemically racist. It's terrible. What does that do to a 14-year-old black kid if you just find that you hear that everything is rigged against you? Instead, they should be saying, hey, there might be some barriers, but if you believe in yourself enough, you can achieve in this country.
He's a hypocrite, y'all. He just sat up there and said he was concerned about a black person being a pilot. For them to be a pilot, they have to be qualified to fly a plane. On the one hand, he's telling you, oh, y'all need to get away from the racist talk. Just achieve. A black man achieves the ability to fly a plane and be a pilot. And he says he's concerned about who's flying the plane. If it's a black person, he's feeling uncomfortable. What's going on, Justice? What's going on, my man? Justice 5897, my brother.
Tell the truth.
This is the bullshit. This is the bull. Now, let me go over here and play and let you see something. Nicki Minaj is dumb. This man was talking about her like a dog. And for those coming in, let's play the reminder right here.
Right now, black culture is being held captive by influences, songs,
Which
and role
influences?
models. I mean, Nicki Minaj, Cardi B.
Okay, Nicki Minaj is causing dads to leave the home.
Hold on a second. I don't think that's a good role model for 18-year-old black girls. I don't think that songs that are talking about like glorifying wet
people and older people, with the richer people and not so rich people, they have the ability to still connect and be real.
You're dumb, Nicki Minaj. You're talking about J.D. Vance and Trump have the ability to connect, yet you got the man who founded the Turning Point USA who didn't like you and said that you were bad for the community. And he's also a racist too. I think I've laid my case here right here. Now let's go over to here and let you see something else I want to show you all right here. This is something else that the man said as well. The racist himself, the late racist himself, Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk says here, wrong, it would not still be America. America is a people with shared historical and heritage and culture and values. Most of us still are Christian of European descent. What is Charlie Kirk saying here, y'all? Charlie Kirk is basically saying he don't want, just like J.D. Vance said earlier, and I played that, they don't want a country where there's people of different races and different languages. They want the country to be white. They want to remain white. They want to be in charge. They're concerned about their genetic survival, just as Dr. Welsing told us many, many years ago in the ISIS papers. This is what this is. This is what she got up there on the stage to support. Here's something else I want to show y'all right here. Boom. Remember, this is an article, once again, how Charlie Kirk plans to discredit Martin Luther King Jr. and the Civil Rights Act. Turning Point USA founder Charlie Kirk is preparing to launch a campaign against the MLK and the landmark civil rights laws he helped enact. He's against Dr. King. And she gets up on that stage. But then she ain't even a damn citizen, y'all. Let me show y'all this. Rapper Nicki Minaj, ABC News, shared her personal story as a 5-year-old illegal immigrant. I cannot imagine the horrors of having my parents stripped away, she wrote. But the very people that run Turning Point USA, they want to get rid of you. I wonder if they knew that she had this status, they probably would have wanted to deport her. They should have called ICE and had her deported right away. Now, you think that this is just some talk. Here she is talking to a young man who's from the Caribbean who wants to come to America. This is all over the social media of Twitch right now, of Twitter. This is her. She's got her avatar on, but you know it's her. You can hear her voice. You can tell it's her voice. It is Nicki Minaj right here. Let me play this for you right now. Check this out.
Threaten you to do? Are they calling from unknown numbers and threatening you?
Yeah, them a call for no caller ID, but you me set up a phone. So me set up a phone and wait it now go answer the no caller ID them. I don't know if you could write an invitation or so to me.
He's got a thick Caribbean accent, but East B 103 says no racism ever stopped me. Came from generational poverty, single parent upbringing, drugs and alcohol abuse. And yeah, I'm not saying that racism has to stop you, but it doesn't mean that because it didn't stop you and you were able to overcome it, it doesn't mean that it doesn't still exist. And none of us should allow these things to hold us back from achieving what we want to achieve. So I'm on the same page with you, East B 103. Thank you for that statement. Let me play this. Let y'all hear this. She's going to say it out of her own mouth that she ain't a citizen. She's been here for years. Check this out.
Well, the only thing is I'm not a citizen of America. Isn't that crazy?
Yes.
You're a citizen of where?
Of Trinidad.
Trinidad.
Oh, Trinidad.
Yes, boy. I was born on a beautiful island called Trinidad and Tobago. But I've been in the States for many years. You would think that with the millions of dollars that I've paid in taxes to this country, that I would have been given an honorary citizenship many, many, many thousands of years ago.
So here she is telling you that she should have been given an honorary citizenship many, many years ago because of the money that she generates through her being an entertainer. I would say to her, why didn't you get off your butt and get your status correct? Why does somebody have to give you something? Because you perform on stage. That's just my opinion about it.
Landale. Okay, I'm 10,000.
Even know my name?
Yes.
Of course she knows your name. It's on the your name, sir, is on her stream. This is, just so y'all know, Nicki Minaj has a habit of going on social media and bringing people on with her live on her social media. This goofy is saying, you even know my name? Yeah, because your name is on the screen and she can see your name.
I'm a backup page, this, you know, to my other page now work.
Oh, but, well, if I can help you, I would love to, first of all, because I don't take it seriously if you feel that your life is in danger. And secondly, I don't know what it is I would be able to do, seeing as, you know, I'm not a citizen. But
me don't know, like, you're not a family actually that are so, like, me not.
The world is seeing through the illusion of the United States. You're absolutely right, my brother. Thank you for that super chat, by the way.
Thank you for the super chat.
Let's continue here.
No, like,
you do not want to go to no Trinidad, Landale. Landale, you know I'm gonna Trinidad, you know. Trinidad.
Turn on the camera.
Call it Trinidad, you know.
I can't turn on the camera.
So as you can see, she can code switch. She can flip from talking like Caribbean and going back and forth with this young man. So basically what's happening is that Landale is trying to get out of Trinidad. He says his life is in danger. She's claiming that, oh, well, maybe I could try to help you, but she didn't do anything for this kid. But she repeated, as you already heard, that she's not a citizen of these United States of America. And so check this out, everybody. If Nicki Minaj was not an entertainer, then under Donald Trump's in the Turning Point USA and Charlie Kirk and all the people that's a part of that group, if she wasn't a celebrity, they would have been deported her. Matter of fact, they could still deport her But if let's just say she was this young girl that she was right here on this picture where she did a criminal activity right here. Right? Remember I told you this is her mugshot. Says right here, hello, ICE government. I hope this finds you well. Trinidadian born rapper Nicki Minaj came to America illegally. She was 5 years old with her rape apologetic mother, Carolyn Mirage, rapist brother. Woo, they getting into it. They're getting into it right here. Talking about her brother. I'm gonna bring that up. But this is a young lady who, under the Trump administration, technically, they could actually have ICE knock on her door, put her in handcuffs, and take her to a detention center. Matter of fact, they could do it. They could actually do it. And if she probably wasn't a celebrity, well known, she probably would have been somebody that would have been swept up on the streets looking just like that under the Trump administration right now. They would have swooped her up. So it's amazing for her to get on stage, that stage at Turning Point USA, that racist stage, and then get on social media and admit that she's not a citizen, and even admit to NBC News that she's not a citizen, and then get on the very stage of the people that would deport her ass. You see. This is crazy. And her family, her husband has problems. Let me play some of this right now. So here's her husband, right? And he's got a history, y'all. He got convicted of doing something to a minor. He has to register as a sex you-know-what. And I think he got himself in trouble because he was not registering. Let's get into it real quick. Nicki Minaj's husband, Kenneth, sentenced to 1 year house arrest. Nicki Minaj's husband has been sentenced to a year of home detention. He's lucky, a home, for failure to register as a sex offender. Keith was required to inform his authorities when he moved due to an attempted rape or R conviction from 1995. But the 44-year-old admitted failing to do this when relocating to California with Nicki Minaj in 2019. This is according to the article, y'all. According to the article. Let's get over here to her brother. Now, check this out. Let's go into more details about this, shall we? In April 1995, Petty was convicted of attempted R in the first degree and sentenced to prison. He served 4 years and is listed as a level 2 registered sex offender. So I think he spent a little bit more time in prison. I think what happened is he spent 4 years in prison originally for doing the sexual assault on a minor. Then when he got out of prison and got paroled, as a condition of his parole, he had to register. He failed to register, so they put his butt back in jail or prison for another year. A level 2 registered sex offender in New York State. Many years later, Nicki Minaj fans learned of this past and began criticizing their relationship. So when he went to California, that's how he got in trouble, because whenever you are a sex offender, you have to report where you're moving to and you got to register. So that means when he came to California, he was supposed to register, let them know here. So he blew it. But it's not only that, everybody. She's got family situations like this. Let's talk about the brother, her brother right here. And, you know, you're going to always stand by your family if you think they're innocent. But the problem is her brother wasn't innocent, y'all, because let's go into his case, too, right here. Essence magazine. Nicki Minaj is supporting her brother 100% during his child sex abuse trial, defense lawyer says. But check this out. It didn't work out for her brother because her brother got convicted. This is New York, NBC. Nicki Minaj's brother sentenced to 25 to life. Woo! For R-ing a 11-year-old girl, for sexual abuse of 11-year-old girl. How nasty. This is nasty work, y'all. Nasty work. Okay, to say the least. This is nasty work. This is what you got going on here. And of course, we know that Nicki Minaj has a criminal background. Let me go over here. We're almost finished, y'all. This is crazy. The audience can't believe what they're hearing. It's unbelievable. Okay. Let's man. Do I have any more videos for y'all? Yes, I do. Don't go nowhere. I know Honors is going live in a little bit to talk about Umar and have another marathon. I'll get you out of here. Don't worry, because I got some Umar Johnson for you as well. But I have another man who has turned his back on her and says he ain't messing with her no more. And that's no other than my man, Joe Budden. Podcast, I don't know if I'm saying that name right. Let's hear what he got to say about this. Joe Budden ain't messing with her no more. He said he threw. He say, I throw in the towel with this woman. I'm through with her.
Turning Point USA. She went out there. By now you've seen it. I got a bunch of phone calls about it.
I bet.
I'm out. I'm done. That was it. Sorry. I'm gone. Gone. That's it. The last dance. That was the last candle on the cake for me. Sorry. Sorry, Barbs. Sorry, Nick. Don't call me. Don't text me. It is what it is. Sometimes how y'all move around out there does have an effect on how I view you. And this was one of them things. I'd be a fool to think that you didn't consider that before you did it.
I'm sure.
Which just says to me that you really don't give a fuck. I'm even more baffled. I don't even know how much of this conversation I could have, but they're so anti-transgender, which is confusing to me because I've been to the Nicki concert.
Right. There's a lot of gay people
That's the thing that fucks me up.
I'm so confused by so much of what was said on that stage.
Yeah, I watched the whole thing, hoping that maybe it was going to be
Context.
impartial or there was a reason, but she was just echoing a lot of the shit that you would expect to be echoed.
I remember
highly disappointing.
Oh,
same. Extremely disappointing.
I'm not disappointed.
Very, very anti-black of you. Very anti-black of you. Let's just call shit what it is.
Facts. Very anti-black.
Oh no. I'm not disappointed just because I've come to expect
no
it.
expectation.
Yeah, or I expected that. Unfortunately, I remember when I first criticized Nicki a couple months ago, and I said she's doing these MAGA talking points. She sounds like a MAGA person, and the Barbs came after me like, "Why are you saying she's MAGA just because she cares about X, Y, and Z?" Is she MAGA now? She's at a turn.
There we go. Joe Buttons ain't playing with her no more. He threw. He said he can't, that's a no return for him. That he can't relate to what she did. A lot of people are disappointed in what she did. Let's go to Uncle Luke Campbell. He had a few things to say about this situation. Check him out.
I'm trying to. Nicki Minaj, what the fuck are you doing? What the fuck are you doing? Can somebody talk to her in your camp? Are you still affiliated with somebody? Nicki Minaj, Turning Point? Do you really know what these fucking people are all about? You know what they're all about? You know what they're on? You're gonna sit down there with Kirk's wife? These people done said everything in the world about black people. They deliberately targeted black people. Nicki, have you lost your fucking mind? Are you serious?
Woo!
I mean, you start fucking with Cardi B, and I guess you need some more attention. Are you lonely for attention, Nicki? Are you really lonely for attention? So you see Nicki going after everybody who got a new album and wanting to talk shit, and now you over there with Charlie Kirk. It's like you're looking for attention right now, Nicki. Nicki, you're looking for attention.
Over there with Charlie Kirk.
Kanye West go fuck around with Trump, and you, Nicki, you want to go out here with Turning Point.
Mm-hmm. Crazy.
You're sitting up there with Kirk's wife. If this man, the founder of Turning Point, who's unalive, said you're a bad influence, why are you over there sitting on the stage with them?
Right.
What you doing, Nicki?
Right. He said this about
a white guy could say something negative about you. But when
he
the
said
black
this
girl
about
says
her.
Right now, black culture is being held captive by influences, songs,
Which
and role
influences?
models. I mean, Nicki Minaj, Cardi B.
Okay, Nicki Minaj is causing dads.
Negative about you, you lost your motherfucking mind. So you over there sitting down with them. What did they give you, Nicki? You like Tariq Nasheed and all them, in my opinion, them giving them whatever to then turn black people against black. Them people.
So there it is. I'm going to stop it there. He did say, hey, this man talked about you like a dog. Now, let me go into the Umar Johnson. I know that Honors is getting ready to go live if he's not already live now, but I'm going to play some Umar Johnson that's going to take us out of here for today. I appreciate everybody coming over and listening to this program today. I hope I did a good job in presenting the material and what have you to you all. But let's get into Umar, because Umar Johnson always has something to say, right? And he also had some more to say about 50 Cent, and I'll be doing a reaction to that video very soon, because he said some things that show you that Umar Johnson is a hypocrite, right? So Umar had to jump his 2 cents into this Nicki Minaj situation. And for everything that Nicki Minaj did that I didn't agree with, it's hard to take what Umar Johnson says serious, because this is a man who needs to be working and focusing on building a school, not focusing on what these other people are doing. Dude, work on a school. He's got everything to say about everybody, but he ain't doing nothing with the money that people gave him. And let me give a shout out to Mary Ann.
Tell the truth.
Because from what I understand, Mary Ann said that there's about 40 or more people in her community that have filed a lawsuit to get back money that they gave Umar. They're trying to show that Umar has been running a fraudulent campaign, that he's been lying about building a school. And I hope it's successful, because everybody's been saying this for years. Well, if Umar Johnson is really ripping black people off, why haven't nobody took him to court to prove it? Well, it's about to happen, y'all. Okay? But Umar's always got to open up his mouth about something. Always. And here we go.
I'm disappointed in my sister, Nicki. You have no business using hip hop music to build yourself in black culture. Very talented sister, very articulate sister, very intelligent sister, tremendous lyricist. Few sisters I could put in front of her in terms of lyrical talent. But how dare you build a comfortable life for you and your beautiful family on black culture, and then turn around and use.
I disagree. You don't know what you're talking about. I've been listening to rap music since the late 70s, early 80s. Some of the female rappers like MC Lyte and back in the day, they were better rappers. You know why? They didn't have to talk about their sexuality. They didn't have to talk about their sex. They had to talk about how wet their you-know-what is, or what they would. No, I disagree, but that's just my sidebar bias, y'all. But I can't take what Umar Johnson is saying that serious, because while he's talking about her, we know he's ratchet. We know he don't take care of his kids. We know he don't even do nothing for his daughter, who is in a dire situation. Let's continue.
Use that success to help Donald Trump leverage his military agenda against Black Africa, the Black Caribbean, and Black America. I need her to understand, Art, Sister Nicki, you are being used against the Black Caribbean. You are being used against Black Africa.
See, once again, Umar Johnson has to Africanize everything. Everything is about Africa. No, this shit happened here in America. This didn't happen in Africa. This didn't happen in the Caribbean, even though she is Caribbean. But this happened here in American soil, where she's talking about Black people here in America. This happened here. But it's hard for me to listen to Umar when he ain't doing what he's supposed to do. So he's a hypocrite because he's talking about somebody. He's giving a critique. But damn it, he definitely can be critiqued himself because you're not doing what you're supposed to do, man.
And you are being used against Black America. And
Umar, Umar, you're hurting Black America because you've been lying about a school for decades and taking money. You're no better than Nicki herself. You're no better.
Offering you. Is it worth that? Is it worth the turning back the clock of African people in 3 separate regions, Art? You got the Caribbean. He's pushing that Venezuela military agenda.
Right.
You got Nigeria. He's pushing that fake save the Christians in the North agenda. So
now look, everybody. I'm not saying that Umar is not right about what the president is doing. It's true. Trump is doing some ratchet type of stuff around the world, but I can't accept it from Umar anymore because Umar has been a detriment to the Black community and lying to people about opening up a school and taking money. Now you've got a lawsuit coming out of Ohio with Marianne and over 40 people who are saying he done took money from us and ain't done nothing. We think it's a scam. So it's hard to listen to him give this critique about what's happening in the world under this Trump administration when he's also taken from Black people too. If y'all agree with me, put 7s in the chat room, please.
Tell the truth.
You can access Ibrahim Traore. And of course, you see what he's doing to Black folks. I hope my sister rethinks what she's doing. I got nothing but love for her and her family. But Nicki Minaj,
oh God,
please, sister, do not go down in history as one of the greatest coons who ever lived in the 21st century.
Please, Umar. That's Luke right there. Please, Umar. Please, Umar. Don't go down as the biggest con man in the Black community if you don't get that damn school opened up, you see. Please don't go down as the biggest con man in the Black community in history, because it looks like you're going to set the record on that. We're going into 2026, so that makes it officially 7 years since Umar has had these buildings. And he's got I feel like this, tell me if y'all agree with me. If you are a Black person that's running con games on the Black community, you get your Black card taken away from you. What do I mean like that? That means your license to critique other Black people should be taken away. So because Umar runs a con game, he should not be allowed to be accepted in talking about Black people that's doing wrong too when he's doing wrong. You see what I'm saying? Everybody should be saying, nope, you can't be on my podcast because, dude, what about the school? No, you can't be on my podcast because you sitting up here not being a father to your kids. No, you can't be on my podcast, Umar, because, man, you didn't had these buildings for 7 years and you haven't done anything. No, Umar, you can't be on this podcast because, man, you haven't even shown that you got an office or a working website for the FDMG school that you've been lying about all these years. So no, we're not giving you a podcast where you can run your mouth about what's happening to people in the world and do the things that you like to talk about, that we know that you like to talk about like this.
I'm disappointed in my sister, Nicki.
Right.
You have no
and
business.
check this out. I'm disappointed in you, Umar, for there not being a school open, and you've been carrying on this lie for so long. So no on Umar. Everybody, thank you for spending this holiday or a piece of your holiday with me. I did not want to make it a super long stream, but I wanted to be effective in what we're talking about. I hope all of you have enjoyed the presentation of this afternoon. I hope that you're all doing well. I hope that your family is well. I hope that you have a great New Year, New Year's Eve, a great year. Make this year the better year than last year. Let this be another year of exposure. I hope 2026 exposes more people for what they are. And we're going to see more people jump out the window and be exposed. Celebrities. But this is why you don't put your cards in celebrity, just like my man right here said, Malcolm X.
I just told you a little while ago, these leaders that they call leaders, this included Lena Horne, this included Dick Gregory, and this included comedians, comics, trumpet players, baseball players. Show me in the white community where a comedian is a white leader. Show me in the white community where a singer is a white leader, or a dancer or a trumpet player is a white leader. These aren't leaders. These are puppets and clowns that have been set up over the white community and over the black community by the white community and have been made celebrities and usually say exactly what they know that the white man wants to hear.
And this is what this white man, J.D. Vance, the vice president of the country, was saying to the whole world.
Anymore. In the United States of America, you don't have to apologize for being white anymore. In the United States of America, you don't have to apologize for being white anymore.
There it is, everybody. I appreciate everybody in the chat room for being here. Let me just put this up real quick. And I want to say thank you to East B 103. Alicia, thank you for being here. Yalpo, thank you. Big Motion 2.0. Let me see. Southern the Inn. You know what's bothering me, everybody? I hate the fact that YouTube is using people's they've messed up the names. They keep putting the numbers and the little, and it makes it hard to see people's names completely. I really wish they would go back to the way it was before. We got Detail. We got Justin Bowman, Bobby Bowman. Thank you for being here. 06 to you. King of Spades is in the house. Everybody that's here, much respect to you. I appreciate you all for being here for the show today. And that's pretty much what we got for the presentation today, everybody. I hope you are doing well. Once again, this is the Information Man Show. Thank you.
I'ma give it to you. Yeah. Promise, I'ma give it to you.
Baby, stress is all around us. These high ceilings, and I need it, baby. Pressure and make diamonds. I won't steal it, baby.
Thank you, everyone.
Hurts to see you crying. Know you trying. Ain't no lying, baby. When I say I need you, greedy. If I have to share you, it was me that all along.
Thank you, everyone. Everyone, take care. Have a great rest of your week. Peace.
I feel the day you've gone. The most beautiful girl I've ever known. I'll find a way to treat you better. Teach me to be better. My talk is cheap. Keep you are listening to Information Man. Please make sure to subscribe to his channel. And hope I'll see you soon. I found a way to treat you better. No problem. I'll do whatever. Let her know. I gotta let her know that she my white horse. She my medical. She like my baby mama. Know how to take care of me. Give my baby problems. You gon' regret every day. So I let her know, gotta let her know. Came through the front door, I'll be ready for. And if it's what you want, I'ma give it to you. Yeah. let her know, I gotta let her know that she my white horse, she my medical. She like my baby mama, know how to take care of me. Give my baby problems, you gon' regret everything. So I let her know, gotta let her know. Came through the front door, I'll be ready for her. And if it's what you want, I'ma give it to you. Yeah, promise, I'ma give it to you.
Miss that smile, Lord knows I ain't seen that in a while, but it's your style. So something must be up keeping you down. You a queen that must be heaven sent. Pray my soul, I must repent for not telling you what I meant and how I felt. Honestly, I'm used to throwing wishes in a well. My conscience tells me that I could have helped without fail. Actions speak louder than words, and that's a lesson that I learned all by myself.
Let her know, I gotta let her know that she my white horse, she my medical. She like my baby mama, know how to take care of me. Give my baby problems, you gon' regret everything. So I let her know, gotta let her know. Came through the front door, I'll be ready for her. And if it's what you want, I'ma give it to you. Yeah, promise, I'ma give it to you. La, 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 la.
Feel it, baby, stress is all around us. These high ceilings, and I need it, baby. Pressure it, make diamonds.
Tell the truth.